Hi there, ready for a little more faith and science?
Holy smoke! Can someone open a window, please? Holy smoke! Exploring faith and science.
Hi there, I'm Faye, otherwise known as the Batty Boffin, and today we're going to do chromatography. Now that's a really long word, but actually it's really simple. And for it you're going to need some kitchen towel and some dark coloured washable felt tip pens. Come with me and see how. So for this chromatography experiment you're going to need some kitchen towel and some ordinary water washable felt tip pens. You need to be using the dark colours, so look for dark greys, blacks, dark browns and see what you go with that. Cut some strips of kitchen towel, which I have done here, and I've put some blobs at the bottom in different colours. I've also drawn a pencil line. That's normal, we do that there just to show how far the water's allowed to go up, because we're going to dip the bottom part in water and see what happens with the rest. So the blob needs to be below the pencil line. That's very important. I've also set up a little rack for hanging them from. You can use lots of different things. I've got a skewer taped to the top of a couple of coffee jugs, and I'm just going to drape these over and peg them in place. You could use sellotape if you wanted. You could use a paintbrush to suspend them from, or you could dangle them into some tall glasses, for example. That would also work. There's lots of ways of doing this. Now just make sure those aren't touching. There we go. Lovely. So those are my 4 chromatography stripes. You'll notice the bottom of the paper is just touching the tray, and I'm going to put some water in this tray. Now it takes a little while, chromatography, so we're going to speed this part of the video up. But while you're watching it, can you see if you can work out what's going on and how it works? Wow, we're getting some great results already. These blobs all looked the same kind of black colour when we started, but we can see that this one's got purples in it. This one's got bluesy greensy, this one's got pinks and greens, this one's got pinks and, I don't know, maybe browns in there. And it's often true that colours that look black in a pen are actually made of several different colours. So try out whatever pens you've got at home and see what colours they're made from. So this great chromatography experiment, which if you're doing GCSE chemistry, this is part of your syllabus, so chromatography here, it works by capillary action. The little gaps between the fibres act like little tubes, and the water can creep up those tubes, taking the different dyes with it. Some of the dyes travel further, some travel less far, so that's why we've got these fabulous rainbows here. Wasn't that a great experiment? And those coloured stripes that we saw coming out remind me of one of my favourite stories in the Bible. In Luke chapter 15 we have the famous story of the lost son. The son who went away and then regretted what he'd done and came back to his father thinking his father would be so angry with him. But instead the father saw him at a distance, ran to meet him, gave him a fine robe, quite probably with stripes like our chromatography, and said, "We must rejoice. For this son of mine was lost and is found, was dead and is alive." And that's a great picture of how God feels about us when we come to him. He is just so happy to have us home again. See you next time.